Hey, Southern Mayo here. How the heck you boys doing today? Are you doing okay? All right. Anyway, we're going to talk today about women's dirty little secrets. And good Lord, have they got a pile of them. But this one is one that we're going to discuss that the women aren't even too sure about. They leaves them a little bit confused. And it was kind of an eye-opener for me. I was reading some research that came out. And all of a sudden it was like bingo, light came on. A lot of it's just instinct and nature. Working with livestock and so forth, I see it in animals all the time. See it in a female animal too, and this research backed it up. Basically what they were talking about is how women, a lot of times, and the study group was women who had had sex with either bad boys or alpha males, and at the end of the day couldn't figure out why they did it. Okay, didn't really know. They just had this need. So that got researchers perked. If it wasn't for wanting a relationship or anything like that, what was going on there? So they started checking into it pretty closely. And as they compiled their information and compared it with other information, suddenly the lights came on to them too, and they began to understand what it was all about. These girls, they get the urge to go out and have these ladies' nights, which kill me because they don't much care for guys going out together, but they have the lady night, that's important to them. But girls gets a hold of all her friends and says, I just got to get out and have a ladies' night. Well, the reason for that is they want to get out in public. They are looking. They're on a hunt. They don't even know they're on the hunt. They're looking for an alpha male or a bad boy that has all the genetic pointers that they're looking for. They are looking for a guy who has certain traits, certain things going on, and suddenly, if that guy walks up and he checks most of their boxes, suddenly their panties go wet, they're all tingly, they don't know why for sure. I mean, they got a good man at home. Why all of a sudden this strong desire to screw the heck out of this guy? Well, so the researchers started looking into it, and they found out there was just one simple fact that seemed to be running a thread that seemed to run through the whole situation. They were ovulating, guys. It is a natural trait for a woman when she is right at that stage of her cycle to breed. She will be drawn toward a man with the genes and the genetic makeup that she desires for having babies. Nothing more complex than that. She's not looking for a long-term relationship. She's looking for a one-night fling that hopefully gives her the ability to produce the child that her body's wanting to produce. It's crazy. But I've seen it in nature, raising cattle. I've seen a cow, a full-grown adult cow, jump, risking a lot of physical damage to jump a 5-foot barbed wire fence to get over into a pasture with a bull when they got a strong, healthy bull right there in the pasture with them. They'll make the move to get over there and get it done, because that bull over in that pasture has the genetic makeup that they're naturally craving. It's kind of funny. But you see it in nature, you see it in women. And they really didn't know why they did what they did. But suddenly it was that bad boy or that alpha male that just had them going crazy. And they had to have them. Had to have them. Boys, it's not like they planned it. It's just nature. We're nothing more than hairless monkeys when you think about it. And, women talk a lot about men's nature, that we're, easily distracted by another woman because it's the old, I want to go spread my seed. Well, women are the same way. They want you to spread that seed if you have the genetic makeup that their body is telling them that's what I want. Okay, they're looking at the big, strong male that has all the good genes that they think would make for a good child. That's it. It's just that simple. It's good old Mother Nature. But here's where things start to go crazy. Almost immediately afterwards. Now today, she would say I was raped because after she decided that it really wasn't all that she wanted, she's beginning to wonder why she did it, regretting it. Today's woman wants to call that rape. And the thing of it is that they are doing that kind of nonsense because they're looking for an excuse. All right? They don't want to say, I don't know why I did this. I don't understand why I did this. Kind of makes them look a little like a slut. And, they don't much care for that. And they start looking for reasons. And guess what the reason is going to end up, guys? It's going to come right back at whoever is their current partner. What is going on in my relationship that caused me to do this? And women will overthink this. They will dwell on it. They will mull it around in their minds. They'll just drive themselves nuts with, why did I do this? And the whole time hoping like heck that partner of theirs doesn't figure it out, what went on. But that's where they're at with it. And I got to tell you, they will push this right to the limit. And suddenly, her going out and being an unfaithful little tramp, by her nature, okay, because she's an animal, just like every other animal out there. Her desires overpowered her moral judgment and her common sense. And that's bothering her. Tells her she's out of control. So she starts looking at the how comes and looking for an excuse because God knows they're not going to blame it on themselves. Pretty soon, they start looking at the relationship that they're in with probably a good man, and they're going to lay it all off on him. It's his fault. If he did this better, if he did that better. And let's face it, folks, you go looking for problems in a relationship, you're going to find them. Okay? Every little thing is going to begin to irritate you. It's going to drive a wedge between you. And there you have it. That is a lot of the problems behind the alpha male, bad boy, one-night flings that cause so many problems in relationships. So understand, when she starts coming off with this, you can't do anything right, okay? I actually had a woman tell me one time when I brought her flowers that, I hate flowers, they just die. It was like, girl, what is wrong with you? Okay? So they'll find an excuse. So when you're sitting back and looking at this kind of stuff, guys, don't take it too seriously. You can't. It's their nature. It's just nothing more than basic instinct took over, and here we went. Now, does that mean you need to put up with that? No, it doesn't. All right? If a woman doesn't have the moral fortitude to resist those kind of desires, you don't want her around anyway. Pat her on the head, help her pack her bag, and send her on down the road. And the truth of the matter is she's going to walk away confused because she just gave up probably one of the better relationships in her life for a one-night stand, and that guy probably wants nothing to do with her after that. So that's it, fellas. Mother Nature, pure and simple. But don't forget, we have a sense of right and wrong, and we have morals. So if a woman does something like this, she's at fault, period, in the quotation. She knows she's not to do this. And basic instincts is no excuse. Put her to the curb, walk away, and don't worry about it anymore. Keep that in mind. I hope you boys have a good day. But it's nature. Understand it.